Hello again. So this is now going to be example 2 on the handout for the M1 summary handout that you guys have. So I gave you the answer on the other video, but hopefully you tried to work it out. So I'm very quickly going to go through, and this one has a couple things that are tough, so maybe you thought about them. All right, so let me get rid of me. You don't want to look at me. You guys look enough at me in class. Okay, so first of all, we have talking about book depreciation and makers. So I'm looking at this here, this very first line. All right, so they say book depreciation expense was $793, makers was $707. So in other words, as I said, these are one of the ones you have to think about. Book depreciation is more than makers. So if you think about that, that means that their book income has too much expense for tax purposes. So you have to subtract the difference there. Okay? Now, we don't know, and I mean, there's different ways you can do it. You can actually do it through the depreciation itself, but we'll see. So that's something you can do and add the difference. Add the book. Sorry, I'm looking at something and talking at the same time. Add the book depreciation back and then subtract out the tax one. So the difference here between the two is $86,000. Right, 793 minus that. So this is going to be an add. Okay. The sold equipment for $50. Its book basis was $7,800. Its tax basis was $0. Okay, we have to think about this one too. So for book purposes, the adjusted basis, whatever it was, okay, was something. Tax didn't have anything. So with tax, the gain would have been 50 minus 0, which is 50,000, right? So for tax, gain, I gotta move my screen down so I can actually talk right here. There we go. Would equal 50,000, right? The book gain equals 50 minus 7,800, okay? Whatever that is. It actually doesn't matter. 50, I'll do it. 50 minus 7,800 is, sorry, I was doing it on a calculator, 42,200. So, but it doesn't matter. The difference between this and this is 7,800, right? So you have 7,800 more gain for tax purposes than you do for book. Tax gain was 50,000 minus 0. So that means you have additional income, right? So you have 42,200 additional income because it's additional gain. Okay. And by the way, actually, we can do this up here. So we would have started, you can do it on top there. Oh, of course, the pen died again. I've changed the batteries on this thing. It just likes to be temperamental with me. Life can't be easy, right? Okay, here we go. So we started with $8,354,000 net income, and notice it does say before tax. That means that you don't have to add back the federal tax expense because it's already basically before tax number. That's what you do by adding the tax back. It's basically adding, you're making it a before tax income number. Okay, and I just completely screwed up my pen and I know this is recording. So I threw a battery across my desk. It's like, that doesn't work very well. Okay, there we go. Messy. Sorry. Okay. So, sorry, this is not 42.2, by the way. I said it. It should be 7,800. I'm looking at it. This is just a hot mess. All right. I'm not going to go back and re-record this because, you know what? It's more entertaining to you if I screw up, right? Anyway, all right. So, what else are we looking at here? They said they accrued $2,400 of interest expense for the last 5 months of the year on a short-term note. Okay, so this is actually here to throw you off. Under tax rules, sometimes we have to deduct things that are cash basis, basically. So this is saying that they recorded interest expense, but they haven't actually, it hasn't happened. It's happened, but it hasn't been paid yet, right? That's what happens when you accrue it. Well, for tax purposes, you can still deduct it, so there's no adjustment. So you don't have to do anything here. So I'm just going to draw a line next to that. Nothing. Okay? They recorded 33,200 meals and entertainment. Because I haven't adjusted this, let's just say this is just meals. Okay, because entertainment will be nothing. So, in other words, only 50% of this should be allowed. So that means you have to add back 50%. So 16,600. Okay? They earned $11,290 of interest on City of Philadelphia bonds. This should say and. Okay, we'll get to that. So let's do the interest first. So City of Philadelphia, municipal, right? So we have to subtract that because it is not income for tax purposes. Actually, let's just do that. So that's a subtract. This one was an add. Okay. Now, the $21,000 in dividends from stock. You don't have to do anything with that. Okay, because what it is it's there to throw you off in a way. They own stock. What it'll have to do with is a dividends received deduction, but that actually comes after Schedule M1, so we don't have to do anything with that. Okay, so we can actually leave that out. So, if I total up this line that we have here, the $8,354,000 plus $86,000 plus $7,800 plus $16,600 minus $11,290, that's how you get your $8,453,110. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, so that's it for this one. This is a short one. I'm going to do one more video on dividends received deduction. So that's the one last thing we haven't talked about. All right, and that's it.